I'm Tami Utley. Today we're going to be doing a crystal ball cake. We're doing the cake itself is going to be the stand for the crystal ball and then gelatin crystal ball itself. We're going to have some special effects for this cake. We're going to have a little mini fog machine that I'm going to show you how to build later on, and I'll go over the parts that we need for that when I show you how to build it. And then we are going to have a small little light in the cake. So one of the things we're going to need is just a little battery operated light. I got this at my local party store. So it's just a little, you just turn it and it goes on. This is called, I want to say it's called crystal lights or something like that. It was in the wedding section. Okay. We're also going to need 6-inch cake and a 5-inch cake, or you can do 2 6-inch cakes. I need 2 6-inch boards. One I've actually glued with hot glue, just the little, these are just wooden balls. You can do styrofoam balls or whatever, just to make it so it stands up a little bit. That's just a little trick to make it stand really even and really easily. Instead of having to measure stuff, I just glue the balls on and we're done. We need holes in the center of the boards. This is the board that's going to go under my cake. It also needs a hole because I'm going to need my fog machine to come up through the center of my cake. Okay, we're going to be doing gelatin, so we're going to need some unflavored gelatin. So I've got my trusty Knox gelatin. You can use a higher bloom like Gray's Lake or one of the other higher bloom gelatins, but this is just what I happen to use. I need some really, really strong duct tape. I'm going to need some larger balloons. These are 12-inch balloons, and they're helium quality, so they're pretty thick. Be careful if you use a colored balloon, because sometimes the color will, the dye will actually dye the gelatin. I've come out with pink gelatin balls before because the red balloon seeped onto it, so be careful with those. We're going to need a carving knife. We're going to need chocolate fondant or chocolate candy clay. We're going to need some toothpicks. We're going to need a floppy paintbrush. We need something called a reducer bushing or something like this, something heavy that has a hole through it. A big PVC pipe will work. This happens to be a 2-inch reducer bushing. It's a 2x1. It's 1 inch high and 2 inches wide. But something big and heavy. I like this because it's heavy. And this you find at your home improvement store or hardware store and with the pipes. It's with the PVC pipes. This is just a tool that I'm using to help with my gelatin bubble. Okay, we're also going to need some white fondant. We're going to need a couple molds. I have a small skull mold here, little itty bitty one. And then I have a larger skull mold. Okay, and right this time of the year, there are lots and lots of skull candy chocolate molds in the store. So go and find a couple, sizes you like. I'm also going to use some molds from Dominique Palazzo. Guys, I'm sorry, I don't know if that's the correct pronunciation of his last name, but these are from Make Your Own Molds or Marvelous Molds. He has 2 different websites, and this says marvelousmolds.com on it, and these are it's really nice because they actually tell you what they are. This is a left prime swirl and a right prime swirl. You actually only need one of these, and then this is, well, it's either Voila or Viola. I think it's Viola. It's the name. Okay, and if any lace mold will do for these are just ones I have, and I really like using his mold, so that's what I'm using. I also have an acanthus mold. Any kind of a eerie looking Gothic kind of leaf will do. You can find these pretty much anywhere. This one I happen to get at Petal Crafts. There are a couple other sites, I'm pretty sure Sugar Delights and Global Sugar Art also carry similar molds to this. So you'll see how we use those later on. We're going to be using some of the plastic doweling. So we'll need one of these. That's at least high enough for our cake, which is about, it's 5, at least 5, 6, 7 inches tall. We're going to use either moonstone or silver luster dust. Okay. That's what these are. This I got from Albert Ooster. And then this is just a normal, this is called moonstone. I'm also going to use a little bit of disco dust in my gelatin ball. This is just rainbow disco dust because I don't plan on anyone eating that gelatin ball. We are going to make one of our own molds, so I'm using some of the Amazing Mold Putty. This is what it looks like. It's called Mold Putty, and it's Amazing Mold Putty. And it comes in 2 parts, and I'll show you how to use it because I'm going to show you how to make this. But that's how it comes. And we're going to make the chain base that goes around. See, I've already made one, but this is the chain that goes around the base of our crystal ball stand. So hardware store, just a small chain. We'll also be needing, shortening and pair of pliers. We're going to use some 20 gauge white wire. Any gauge will do, but you want a heavy one. So 20, 18, 24 might work. Okay. We're going to need some wire cutters, some cornstarch, rolling pins, some of the basic tools, and of course, I don't know if I talked about the carving knife. We need the carving knife. And gosh, the rest of it, I guess we'll get to it when we get there. So let's go ahead and get started with that cake.